Hey, what's up guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. We have some big news today, so let's kick it off. Alright, hope everybody's doing well. I'll try to keep this video short and sweet. So first up for good news, we have from Uphold. Casper is finally free and no longer being held hostage on the exchange Uphold. So we've been asking about this since 2021. I believe I have a tweet somewhere over here. Yeah, so since they first listed it back in September, we've been asking about that so that we can stake on chain. Now, good news, we can withdraw our Casper. You can also deposit Casper to Uphold since they have this integration set up. Now, if you are sending your Casper from Uphold to a personal Casper wallet, please check out the tutorial on this YouTube channel under the Casper playlist. It is the staking and then the Casper wallet tutorial. When you are withdrawing Casper from any exchange, please triple check the address and also always test the transfer with a small amount first. So for example, let's say you have 30,000 Casper tokens. You do not want to just send them all to the wallet right away. I would recommend testing with a small amount first, maybe 100 or 200 Casper, just to make sure you understand the process and you see that 100 or 200 Casper get to your wallet in the first place. Then you're good to go to send the rest. So I'll most likely do a video on this showing the process slowly how to withdraw your Casper from Uphold, so just stay tuned for that. We also have some huge news from the HBAR Foundation. Now, I know we're in a bear market, assets are pushing lows all over the place, but just keep in mind, for the projects that are going to survive and thrive, they are reinvesting into their ecosystem, and they have millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, to build for the future and survive. So regardless of your feelings about the HBAR price chart today, they are in fact building, and they've also allocated over $408 million into the HBAR ecosystem. We can see over 225 grants. Now, some big news that just came out is Red Swan CRE. This is commercial real estate building its token studio on Hedera for real-world asset tokenization. So we can check out this Red Swan website, a marketplace of tokenized commercial real estate. We talked about the global real estate market over $300 trillion plus in value, and the majority of that is in fact commercial real estate. So I'm very interested to keep tabs on this marketplace that is being built on Hedera Hashgraph. And this real estate company has $5 billion assets under management, so just another partner to be added to the list. We already know about the predictions to a $16 trillion market for tokenized assets in the future by 2030. And tokenization of real estate assets includes increased liquidity, fairer market prices, and a reduction in management fees. This in turn enables increased market participation and lower cost, while also leveraging the benefits of blockchain, including better security. These digital shares are tradable 24/7 on the global market, bolstering liquidity. And the studio will be allowing smaller investors to own a piece of commercial real estate. Super interesting. Okay guys, next up, please pay close attention to this. So shared by HBAR to the moon, Hedera is going to disrupt every major asset class through tokenization. So below we have a variety of asset types such as real estate. We have diamonds, gold, stocks, bonds, art, collectibles, jewelry, commodities, and derivatives. A few great examples would be Diamond Standard with diamond tokenization. You can go to hbarfoundation.com and read all about this. We can see currently there are $50 million being traded on Hedera. And the total diamond supply for investment is $1.2 trillion. This is just another asset example of tokenization. And in terms of Hedera tokenized diamonds trading volume, just about 2.5 mil. He references real estate. We just talked about Red Swan. And then in terms of investment funds and money market funds, we have stocks and bonds right here. Another example would be Aberdeen. And if we converted this number to US dollars, this is still over 500 billion AUM. So this is a global investment company and they're leveraging Hedera, sitting on Hedera's council for fund tokenization and then a real estate fund tokenization, which is huge. We have Toko with the tokenization engine, just talking about a variety of different assets and asset classes, and then also commodities. And just remember, on HBAR Foundation again, DCX is the digital commodities exchange, launching on Hedera. Now this is actually leveraging Hedera's Hashgraph for fraud mitigation. So we've talked about a few of these use cases before guys, please keep this in mind because there are arguably even larger use cases as well, including Atma.io. So there are over 22 billion items being tracked to this day on Hedera's Hashgraph. So we can see 22 billion items connected to the cloud, and there are 300 new items being added per second to Hedera's Hashgraph. We're almost to 10 billion transactions on mainnet at 9.7. And after hitting 10 billion, we'll head to 20 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion, and someday over 1 trillion transactions on second. I know that sounds made up, but stay with me. So I know there's 22 billion items being tracked, but this is being used as an identifier. So through the entire supply chain and life cycle, this is tracking individual events. Every single event is a transaction, which does in fact require a very small amount of Hedera. So carbon accounting, product authenticity, etc. So ATMA customers can check and verify the authenticity of each product. They can instantly check the product recalls, and secondary markets can count on exchanging authentic goods. And if I didn't say this already, about 70% of all the Hedera mainnet transactions is from one single customer. Now we're on Dragonglass. We can see over the past year alone, going back to last May, and I know we talked about this, but this is still a huge thing to grasp, 25 million transactions on mainnet. And now, we started really growing this year in 2022, exactly when Atma.io started launching their 22 billion products. And what's even more interesting is we had just under 1 billion transactions in January. Then we surpassed 1.2 billion for the first time in history in a single month in February. After that, we did 1.5. Then we did 1.7. And so far, we're at 1.7 billion transactions on mainnet this month. So now we're consistently doing 1 to 1.7 billion transactions per month. So it's not that crazy to get the dozens of billions in the future. And remember, per a previous video, 1 trillion is simply 1,000 billion. So we are in fact seeing growth day by day. So this was on Dragonglass to look at the transaction volume and different stats on the mainnet. And we also have House of Chimera just pointing out that Hedera accounts have significantly increased in May. And they say the first value driver is Karate Combat. We know that Joe Rogan also commented on this as well. A newly launched application which has created some significant traction. I personally believe it's Atma.io just because they said they're adding, 300 items per second. But this wouldn't surprise me one bit. And we can see the growth in accounts. You can see last year was exceptionally slow. This year is significantly faster. Now, in terms of development and overall progress for a project that I hold for the long term, this is exactly what I want to see. And hallelujah, guys, we got some good news from iTrustCapital related to Algorand and Decentraland. As we know, a few weeks back when Gary Gensler called Algorand a security, even though he was promoting it years ago, some institutional liquidity providers actually stopped trading it just to be extra safe and trying to be compliant in the eyes of the SEC. Now the good news right here, working closely with our qualified custodian Fortress Trust and its third-party liquidity providers, selling for Decentraland and Algorand will be available until further notice. We are waiving any algo and mana fees for the next 30 days. We are also working with our partners to restore buying availability for algo and mana in the near future. Given the rapidly evolving regulatory environment, we appreciate our clients' flexibility and will do our best to provide advance notice related to the availability of new and existing assets on the platform. Thank God, anything but another XRP situation, because for those that know, I've been with iTrustCapital for over 3 years, and I do have a bag of XRP on the platform that I'm unable to trade, because institutional liquidity providers want to be extra safe, especially when connected to an investing platform for 401ks and IRAs. So I have XRP on that platform and it won't be able to be traded until there's potentially regulatory clarity for XRP. So of course that day is potentially getting closer and closer after 2+ years, and I'm treating this like a retirement account. I wasn't planning to sell my XRP here anyways, and the way I see it is this is forcing me to hold even more XRP on another platform long term. So I'm fine with it, especially knowing that all of this and all of the profits in the future are going to be 100% tax-free. So linked in the video description, let's keep moving. Next up, we have shared by Ripple that new value report is here. This year's report surveyed over 1,700 global finance leaders on institutional DeFi, tokenization, CBDCs, payments, and more. This year's report is divided into 3 different categories: tokenization, for establishing a digital representation of value on blockchain. We have manage or wields tokenized value through actions such as holding, hedging, staking, lending, borrowing, and more. And please remember Ripple's recent acquisition, owning 100% of Medico, that is connected to, 6 out of the top 10 global custodians. So that is some of the biggest news that we've gotten this year. And then we have move, sending value from one place, person, or organization to another, aka payments or a transfer. So we can see 79% of all respondents are either very or extremely confident when it comes to integrating crypto solutions to their business. Over 90% of global finance leaders think blockchain and digital assets will have a significant or massive impact on business finance and society in the next 3 years. Enterprises are particularly bullish on the use of NFTs for business in the metaverse and events and ticketing. Over 80% of global finance leaders are somewhat or very likely to use cryptocurrencies, CBDCs, or stablecoins in their business in the next 3 years. We can see under portfolios, payments, and capitals, faster payments and settlement times and cost savings are the biggest value propositions for incorporating crypto into cross-border payments for enterprise and payments treasury professionals at financial institutions. Top reasons to hold a cryptocurrency are for use as a currency for making payments and for use as a hedge against inflation. Here's a huge list of key benefits of tokenization on a blockchain, including fast, efficient transactions 24/7, 365, transparent transaction data and decentralized security, streamlined capital flows and improved settlement times, new borrowing, lending markets via decentralized finance, increased customer engagement, brand loyalty, and financial inclusion through fractionalized ownership, much more liquidity, and the ability to create multi-tier pricing structures and on-chain compliance processes linked to a digital wallet or digital identity. So digital identity is going to be huge. That's going to be a huge topic we'll cover in future videos, so stay tuned. We have the same stats as always for the tokenization of globally illiquid assets. According to Boston Consultancy Group, $16 trillion in terms of business opportunity by 2030. The high end on that same report said $68 trillion. We have Bloomberg estimating there's roughly $4 trillion locked in private equity and real estate that can be unleashed as well. So real-world assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, and others can be tokenized on blockchains with improved efficiencies over traditional market infrastructure. Tokenization opens up not only a whole new world of global investment in trading using DeFi products, but also solves problems related to slow settlement times, high fees, manual processes and dividends, lack of transparency and liquidity, cumbersome intermediaries, fragmented and lengthy processes. So this is a huge opportunity, just like Swift even saying by 2027, claiming that volumes of tokenized markets could reach $24 trillion. Finance decision makers expect to explore tokenization as a way to drive innovation over the next 3 years. We can see assets that would benefit the most from tokenization: 63% online security data protection tools, 50% stocks, along with NFTs being anticipated to have meaningful impacts. We can see across the board for enterprises as well. Top benefits of tokenization, top benefits of CBDCs and stablecoins. And no, I don't like CBDCs, guys. We're always afraid of the cons of this type of technology. I'm aware, just sharing what's going on. And we can see the biggest impact on finance and tech with a variety of categories or sectors. We can see perceived enterprise use cases for functional NFTs over the next 3 years. We have metaverse, access to events like ticketing, loyalty rewards and brand loyalty programs, gaming, and then IP and access rights or intellectual property or patents. And they believe the largest or most massive impact regarding tokenization will actually be the impact on public stock trading and private share trading. So this is something we have to keep a very close eye on. Talking about CBDCs and stablecoins, annual stablecoin adjusted transaction volume is $7.2 trillion. Wow. And payment use cases where financial leaders plan to actually use cryptocurrency. Now, crypto in this report is an umbrella term for digital assets, which could be stablecoins, crypto assets like XRP, or even CBDCs in this case. So different use cases for finance: accepting payments in the forms of crypto, payroll and distribution, making cross-border payments in crypto, enabling customers to make crypto payments and then also accept crypto payments, and making domestic payments in the form of crypto. There's some case studies in here if you guys have time to go through this. This is a 62-page report, so I'm just skimming through really quick for you. 3 out of 4 global financial institutions are interested in using decentralized finance to meet business needs. That right there should speak for itself for the future of DeFi and crypto. Decentralized finance will impact risk management, identity management in borrowing, lending, insurance, and real-world assets and liquidity management. 50% of global financial leaders plan to use a custody solution in their business within the next 3 years. So great that Ripple did in fact acquire Medico, because Medico is absolutely massive. And you can see all types of use cases in decentralized applications like spectral finance offering a creditworthiness measurement, basically on-chain credit scores. This is one example of basically getting your FICO score via blockchain. And there's going to be a variety of other new applications or even similar applications that are going to be built and run on DLT. Here's more discussion on DID solutions. These are digital identifiers or digital identities. So basically anything connected to Web3 is going to have an identity. We're talking about billions of humans, but then even more when it comes to actual devices connected to Web3. But anyways, this report is absolutely massive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Huge thank you to all that hit the like button and share this around, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.